So the next thing is, so how do we become more sensitive? Some proposed solutions, I think, is mobile stroke units are powerful because you're able to do CT, CTA there. Apps that basically have the ability to do an exam and artificial intelligence to look at the face, arm, to look at speech patterns. I think that's going to help. Another thing is all these devices used in the field, whether it's the VIPs, whether it's EEG, whether it's TCD, whether it's near infrared in the field. All this stuff can make you more specific, but you still have to be able to know all the cortical symptoms to be sensitive, because you can't use a specific tool without being sensitive first. Like, who are you going to use the tool on? That's one thing. Another thing is, again, you can't ignore baselers. You can't ignore PCAs, which these machines will not pick up. You can't ignore, M2s as well. And so, no matter what, if we decide we're going to use helmets, EEGs, all these cool things, knowing neuroanatomy is going to serve you, your patients, and everybody. So get VAN certified just so you know how to localize, just so you know what the symptoms are of a massive stroke. I don't care which tool you use. Learn VAN for yourself. Section 6, propose solutions to get the best, most sensitive, and add some specificity. And so I actually have this in the field. This, if you see right here, I think what we can do to become more sensitive is just to ask a couple of questions. I have this box of stroke mimics. So seizures, comatose, caused by trauma, brain tumor or brain aneurysm or brain malformation history, and glucose is normal, okay? That's stroke mimics. And then I have another box, TPA criteria. Is it less than 4.5 hours, not on blood thinners? Because it's important, right? Because if they're on blood thinners, they're not going to be a TPA candidate. So you have to make sure not on blood thinners, less than 4.5 hours, no current surgeries, okay? No brain tumor or aneurysm, and no bleeding disorders. And then for endovascular, if you want to become more specific, you can only transfer patients within less than 6 hours. Or if they're VAN positive, maybe you only want patients with severe arm weakness, which is basically like the arm touches. And that's another way to be more sensitive and specific. You're like, we're going to transfer all the patients with severe weakness with cortical symptoms to a comprehensive stroke center. The other ones, we're going to activate the team, do CT, CTA, because that's more sensitive but less specific. So there's multiple ways to become more sensitive without just using severity scales only. Because again, we don't want to fall into this notion of missing 30 to 70% of LVOs and having people get worse right in front of our eyes. So how do I really feel? This is just a bonus. I actually think that all the scales are the same thing. They're weakness with a cortical symptom. Every scale is, to me, just a modified VAN, but you're just adding up numbers or dividing up different. But if you look at all of them, with one exception, which is the LA Motor scale, which is just severe weakness, but other than that, almost everything else is looking for some sort of weakness or them being fast positive with a cortical symptom. And so I think the best thing to do is we all need to get together and say, this is the truth. This is neuroanatomy. These are what cortical symptoms are. It's the mnemonic is called VAN. Forced gaze or vision loss, aphasia, and neglect. That's what we're all testing. Fast VAN, baby. Are you fast positive? Great. Are you VAN positive? That could be a massive stroke. And again, you can devise it any way you want. If you want 2 cortical symptoms, if you want all 3 cortical symptoms, if you want severe weakness with it. But the point of the matter is we're all doing the same exact thing. And here it is. And so look at this. This is called CSTAT via the VAN methodology, okay? And so as you can see, I have vision, aphasia, neglect, and they don't test neglect, but they do test aphasia and vision with the gaze, right? And they have arm weakness. So you do have to have arm weakness plus vision or aphasia. And same thing with like PASS too, because how many people do you know have forced gaze and and can't talk, right? almost all of them have arm weakness as well, very few as well. And so this unilateral arm weakness passes in a sense is the same way. This is not to say anything, this is just to say we're all doing the same thing because we're all basing our scales off of the same anatomy, right? There's no denying this is the anatomy. All of us are working, we're all doing the same exact thing. So no matter what scale you use, thank you for watching this. Hopefully this has really helped you. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us. We're going to have little cheat sheets for Van. Hopefully you download the app or use the website, use it to localize, use it to teach locally, nationally, anywhere that you want. Thank you so much for listening, and we really pray that this is beneficial to your learning, but more importantly, beneficial to patient outcomes. Thank you.